It's been exactly 1 year since a deadly fire ravaged the village of Lytton. Its cause still being investigated by RCMP. But today, many evacuees returned to mark the somber anniversary and share their hopes for a better future. CTV's Michelle Bernoro has more from Lytton tonight. Michelle.
Yeah, you know, a year later and little has changed here since the fire burned through. And that has residents frustrated. Now, on that day a year ago, the winds were fierce. And in what felt like an instant, everything changed for the people of Lytton. Scattered in the rubble, reminders of the community they used to be.
What do you miss most?
The whole village. Everything.
Thousands of tons of debris has been removed, but clearing the properties does not erase the memories of when Lytton
They said it's coming this way fast. Let's get out of here.
turned into a raging inferno.
That's when I heard the explosions, and it was just like balls of fire that was just flying around. It was like a horror movie.
Gas tanks and propane tanks, just blowing off, and it was just the sound I'll never forget.
2 lives were lost, and the village that looked like this the day before became this.
It happened in a couple hours. This entire town burnt down.
Today, people from the community reunited for a special event to support one another. A time capsule filled with residents' memories of what happened is to be buried.
Can we give hugs because I can give hugs?
Trisha Thorpe was among those who attended.
I think the year has done something to people. They don't look the same.
She and Don Glasgow, who live outside town, are the only ones who have been able to rebuild.
I sometimes feel guilty that we got our own place and nobody has anything. It's not right.
Either because the job of rebuilding is overwhelming, or they don't have the funds to rebuild.
But there are signs of progress here. The first business officially opened above the village outside the evacuation zone. The goal to have the village cleaned up by the end of September.
You have to put a fire-resilient exterior onto your house so that, if there's an ember shower, that your house doesn't catch fire.
The mayor saying he has learned much this past year.
This isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And the complexity of the rebuild is far greater than most people realize.
Back at the ceremony, as residents remember the past, they also look to the future, finding glimmers of hope despite the devastation. The fire caused more than $100 million in insurable losses, but you have to remember that almost 70% of the properties here were uninsured or underinsured. So Lytton has been very dependent on federal and provincial funding to get things going, and that was part of the cause for the delay in starting to clear these properties. The mayor is saying that a year from now, the rubble will be gone and there will be homes here. Nafisa?
All right, Michelle Bernoro reporting live in Lytton tonight. Thank you, Michelle.